So what was the main purpose behind establishing IMRC?
IMRC, we felt that the Muslims and minority needs help. When we left India, we had still some connection. For example, our families are there. And Alhamdulillah, we had the opportunity to grow, educate ourselves financially. We can contribute. We have the ability to contribute. And something giving back to the community, where we grew, where we got our basic education. Our families are here, but at the same time there are a lot of poor relatives, poor friends, families need the help. So I and several of our friends felt that we have the responsibility of giving back to our community. And this is one thing I think in general here lacking. But in America you see that everybody in America has ways to contribute, and they do contribute. They're one of the generous people I have seen. You never see anybody giving all of his earning, like Bill Gates or others who has given all of their earning back to the community. So we don't have that. But over there, you'll see a lot of people. You'll see from, if you look at a lot of big name institutions, like Mr. Stanford University, he gave all his wealth before he died to build an institution. 2,000-acre land, and all the money he had, I don't know how many $100 million at that time, a lot of money. And he gave it to build the best school. We do not see that here.
So how do you convince people living in America to fund something here in India?
By providing them the information that this is happening. For example, if there is a floods in Kashmir, we have to educate the people and then ask them. And people in every society, there are people who likes to help. That's a natural inherent desire that people want to help others. But the number is small, but nonetheless, if we are able to reach a lot of people, out of that we can get good numbers to respond.
So when you started IMRC in 1980s, your generation was different. Today, new generation of NRIs has come up. So how do you get them along? And how important is it to educate them to work for their community back in India?
It is very important that part of the thing which is lacking even in our minority colleges and the institution is concept of education. Okay. First, what is education? If you ask anybody, I ask often this question to the students in different colleges and so on. What is the purpose? Why are you here? 99% will say that I'm here to get a degree and get a job. Almost 99%. Hardly anybody say anything different. Is that what it should be? What is education? In America and different countries, concept of education is different. Over there, children like to do what they want to be. Not everybody wants to be a doctor, engineer, they don't care. But everybody wants to make money. That's the common thing. So they can live comfortably and so on. But the concept of education in US, when we went to college, when we went through the orientation, the first thing they said, you are here to acquire the knowledge. You're here to acquire the knowledge, which is common. Here also the students here to acquire the knowledge. But drive is different. Purpose is different. Acquire the knowledge, then they say you have to share the knowledge. When you share the knowledge, you become better in your own understanding of the knowledge. You cannot share or show somebody or help somebody unless you know yourself. So you become a better student by sharing. So they insist that you share, and they form the groups. Even the grade is given in the groups. If there is an A student, there will be a B student, there is a C student, and they say that the overall grade is with all of them. All of you get the same grade. So the A student has to teach the C student, D student, and bring him up. So his grade is better. So you understand? So sharing the knowledge. After sharing the knowledge, applying the knowledge. How many of us are applying knowledge here? Most of the schools don't even have the labs. So third is applying the knowledge. And the fourth is creating the knowledge. India has 1.2 billion people. How many Nobel Prize winners we have? Creativity. We have become the biggest laborer of the world in India. Our biggest export is people and the mind. They go and perform outside, but not in India. Why? This is something we have to think, because we don't have the institution encouraging that, creating the knowledge. Netherlands is a country of 9 million. Population of, what is the population of Hyderabad maybe? What is the population of Hyderabad?
Near to 40 lakh.
4 million. So Netherlands is a population, the whole country is like equal to Bombay, I guess. But 9 million people, they have 9 Nobel Prize winners, 9 gold medals in the Olympics, 1 per million. We should have over 1,000 with that ratio. Why it is not happening? So these are the things, this is part of the education system has to change. And also, when we talk about education, we started a college, Jahangirabad Institute of Technology. Why? There are hundreds of engineering colleges. Why one more engineer college? What is it going to do? Number one, there was no engineering college in that area, poor, even though it's a Muslim majority district of Barabanki, in that particular area, there was no engineering college run by Muslims minority. So the second is, why engineering college? What was the purpose? Education has become a business, big business. Quality education is not there in most places. So we said, okay, we want to provide quality education at affordable price. And also, during this 4 year, a student should acquire the leadership skills. Because in our community today, there is no program, there is hardly any leaders in our community. Who is representing us? In a democratic society, if you are not there on the table to talk in the parliament, we have 200 million Muslims. We should have how many? With 1.2 billion, out of 500, our share should be what? 20% of 500. We should have 100 members of the parliament. 50 years ago, we used to have 45 or 46. Today, we have not even 25. Our population is going, our representation is going down. Why? We have lack of leadership. So we have to build the leadership. And that leadership training has to come during a time when you are at college. They have to be groomed. I go to any college and ask a student to stand up and speak for 2 minutes. Who's in senior in the college cannot. So we have to build all this, develop the personality. So the first is quality education. The second is personality development. Third is giving back to the community. This is where the institution and the people become successful. This is how you build the institution. अगर सिर्फ लेते ही रहेंगे तो institution बढ़ेगा कैसे, आगे कैसे बढ़ेगा? That has to be installed in the institution.
So on that note, do you think Muslims in particular should move on beyond utilizing the zakat to marry off girls for qurbani and all, rather than utilizing it for some constructive purpose, as you have said, education institutions and all?
Yes, it is a sad thing that we have adopted the culture of, first of all, marriage, getting married does not require money. This is a sad thing.
But it has been made up.
That means we are not practicing our own belief. We are not doing what we say. We have this problem of personality, or not understanding Islam, our own deen. What did the Prophet give when Fatima was performed, marriage was performed to Hazrat Ali? What did he give? What did he gave as a mahar? There was nothing. His Prophet said, okay, if you have your shield on your warrior, that shield could be mine. A companion came, I don't have anything. He said, well, teach her, give her the knowledge. Bless you, man. You don't have to have this elaborate food and wedding. So I definitely do not feel that the zakat should be used for these type of activities. Rather than we should reform, educate our youth, boys and girls, that we don't want to do this. We don't want what do you call jahez, all these things, big meals, big dinners. It is a shame. Who eats 23 course meals? It's such a big show off. It's a hypocrisy.
So, how much of IMRC's work is on relief and charities and in other fields, in other constructive purposes?
If you look at our annual report, our biggest allocation of the funds is for education, providing the scholarship, providing the support to the schools. We support over 100 schools, and also we are building the university, we are building the girls' dormitory and hostels and junior college. So about 1/3 of our total revenues are spent on education, and about 1/3 is for feeding and clothing, emergency reliefs, and another 1/3 is on other projects which are defined. Most of our money goes where donors tell us where to spend. It is called restricted donation. When you are donating the money, he's donating $100. Then you write on the check, this is for feeding. So I have to just feed, I cannot do anything else. So that's how it works.
So there has been the debate that community as a whole, the elite in the community have enough resources, but how do you channelize them? Like say IMRC is doing, so how important is it for?
It is very important. I urge the Muslims locally to organize and not duplicate. I see every month a new organization emerging and saying we are going to do this, wasting and duplicate. So instead of that, we should mobilize, we should unite, and we should educate and ask the people to do more charity, more giving, more sharing. That's not happening, especially those who have the money. They are not doing that. Maybe it's partly the fault of the organizations who are doing the work, has to go and convince that this is also important, you have to do. I know it is difficult, but the culture in India is different. So, but we have to work, we have to do that.
So, how can we create a situation where Indian Muslims doesn't need to depend on foreign charities to get in power?
You have to work hard to have local people donate. There is enough resources here, but we have to mobilize, organize, and ask the people to do the charity in the organized manner. Then it can be effective.
Anything more you want to share with us?
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you for
coming
speaking to us.